What is up, everybody? How we doing today? My name is Joe, aka Cool Runnings. I use he, him pronouns, and welcome to my dungeon. Welcome to my dungeon. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, Tally. Hello, Dan. Hello, Adam. Hello, Fierce. Thank you for the lyric. Hello, Jay. Hello, Bell. Hello, Yosha. Hello, Sele, Sweet Lou, Florida Boy. Jupiter Gibson. Hello. Hello. HOTTOGO. You can put me on your phone to go. If you would so kindly. Hi. Hello. I have not had enough caffeine yet today, so we're gonna get that shit flowing. Good weekend? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Saturday was like I got up early and went for a jog in the most beautiful weather, and then we went to like this perfectly timed social event, and then I just like vegged out for the rest of the day. It was beautiful. And then Sunday we saw probably what I will say the worst theater production that I have ever seen in my life, and that is not uh that is like there's like layers there that I can talk about for sure. Welcome in, Natty. How are you today? Natty, did you look at your new program? Is there ever enough caffeine? Never. Never. Not now, not ever. Ooh, I forgot stripper poll. Wait, who did this? I didn't even see that there was a poll up. Wait a minute. I'm not even paying it. I'm not paying attention. Nick B. James, welcome in. Good morning. Good morning, Sirely Ferellian. Good morning, C Dub. How you doing? Can I get a shout for C Dub, please? And a shout for Natty. Adam, I hope you're having some good. I hope you're having some good workouts lately. I've been missing them because my work afternoons have been busy as hell. You did a poll. The North Pole is the best. Wait, hold on. Fire pole? Pole. Pole. It's like bo. Evie, you okay? You can explore. That's okay. Just like moping around. Come here, girly. Can I look like you, bruh? Don't you don't recite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Good morning, Jess. You're boot free, Dan. That's a huge deal. Oh, you're being so affectionate. Y'all can't see Evie just like rubbing up on me right now. He says, "Papa, your sweatpants are smelly." Oh yes. I'm not gonna kill you. We didn't move that much up. Just a little bit. You got this, Natty. You got this. You got this. I believe in you. But Adam, truly, thank you for joining today. I really appreciate it. Hey everyone, before I start talking about the workout, because this is outdated lifting stuff from last week. Before I start talking about the workout, I just want to mention again, we're on a partner push right now. We're getting close. We're getting real close. And you know what? Twitch could potentially be like, guess what, buddy? You're just too close. So we're not gonna do that. So maybe. Maybe. But we just got pushed. We gotta keep going. So this week, we're gonna be doing our normal stream times. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Berg, what up, Berg? How you doing? Brando? It's good to see you, dude. Good to hang with this husbando at the partner party this TwitchCon. I wonder if there's like a cutoff, because we're 6 weeks out. If they would just be like, sorry, buddy, next year. I'm emotionally preparing for all of that. I'm emotionally preparing for them to say no. I'm emotionally preparing for them to be like, well, sure, but like we can't pivot because we already printed all the badges or something like that. So let's get this whole ass routine ready to go. But sorry, that's to remove the bad brain negativity out of it. We are going to have hope. We're gonna keep making it happen. Keep on making it happen. Yeah, I mean, isn't it like if I am legally married to the holder heck, I can I can just get in that way, right? I'm his +1. That's what's happening anyway. We ran a half marathon yesterday. And it's 100% true. All right. He just needs a duffel to get you in. So I actually used to have a duffel bag that had a 150-pound weight limit on it, and it was large enough to fit a person in. 100%. And I was always terrified that someone was going to accuse me of having a person in it every time I used it to travel. Oh, you have to go back to the office this week. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Buddy. Buddy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you had a good summer vacation, though. So it wasn't even a hockey bag. It was like meant, it was specifically like a travel duffel bag that was just huge, like small human sized. I don't have it anymore, Eddie. Welcome in. You took 8 cases of beer on the Amtrak. Is that even allowed, my dude? Can people do that? Let me get this typed out before I forget. Elevated BB rows, 4 by 145. We'll do some lat pull downs, and we'll do 4 by 150 pounds. We'll do some low cable rows, 3 by 150 pounds, maybe. I don't think I remember that correctly. Wait, no. Then we'll do upright rows, 3 by 55 pounds. Girls, 3 by 40 pounds. Drop. And rear delt raise, 4 by 20 pounds. Because volume, abadoos, and posing. Poosing. Yeah, we really want that to say poosing right now. That's definitely good. Definitely good. Whoa. Dude, Jess. That's so scary. Are you okay now? How are you feeling? Those muscle relaxers will mess you up. Just like brain mess you up, you know? You got to make sure you eat before you take those things, cuz I was on muscle relaxers at one point, and I remember the morning that I took my muscle relaxers without eating breakfast. Barf City, baby. Barf City, USA. Great backpack. Oh, that's right, dude. You went on that big trip. Did you get some beautiful pictures? The DEA is the TSA for Amtrak, and I got selected for a search. 2 6-packs fell off the train. Dude, really? Are you lying to me right now? Yeah, Jess, I hope you heal up soon. That is no fun. And it happens, right? When you get back into movement sometimes, and especially when you're on a calorie deficit. Like this is why it's very important that you're careful about your calorie deficits when you're trying to be very active, because that kind of biz can just get even more like it's usually more acute injury stuff that gets that flares up a lot more when you're in a deficit and you are not necessarily as, I don't know. I'm fine. I will find a way to explain this. But yeah, stretch those hip flexors. Stretch those hip flexors, and try to do things that will strengthen your glutes. Those are the 2 things that you can do in tandem, right? Is like if you got really tight hip flexors, or you've got like a really tight back. The thing that is, I think, often forgotten or like just not known is like if you have lower back problems, chances are the problem is not your lower back. Chances are, and this is overgeneralizing, but most PTs will come up with a similar response, is if you got lower back pain, tight lower back, sore lower back, your hip flexors are probably the things that are actually tight or overworked, and your glutes, all your little glute muscles and the big ones, are the ones that are not doing enough work to balance you out. So you have tight hip flexors, tight lower back, stretch those quads, And then do like banded movements or squat movements, seated squats, chair squats, box squats, to strengthen that booty, because that booty is just not doing the work it's supposed to be doing, which is common when you are sitting a lot for a job. You did hip thrusts the other day. I have a feeling that's what did the damage. Yeah. If your hip thrusts were mostly hips and weren't glutey booty, that's why starting off with those hip thrusts, like you gotta go light. But yeah, Jess, if you can get a referral to a PT, I think that would be the best in this situation. I don't know if you can ask your doc about it, but imagine having a tight everything. Toit. Like a toiger. Kumu, welcome in. Hey, let's do this workout breakdown real quick. It's relatively simple today. That doesn't mean we're not going to be doing a lot. We are going to be doing a pull day. Not going to be incorporating the legs at all. So we did a half marathon and push day yesterday. I did my first half marathon, 13.3 miles, in a while, right? Like definitely since bodybuilding prep. But since before then, even, I didn't even know when the last time I ran 13.3 miles was. But we did that whole thing, ate a bunch, put my feet up, then did push day. So yes, today we are doing pull day because our split is push, pull, pull, full. We're going to be doing some elevated barbell rows, which are the ones where we're bent over and like really pulling from the floor to try to get a little bit of that momentum. We'll do some lat pull downs to target the lats and the upper teres major, teres minor muscles. We'll do some low cable rows to hit that lower back and lower core area. Some upright rows, really to just kind of, again, hit those rear delts and those the rear delts and the lateral delts. We'll do some hammer curls on a drop set, which will just help us kind of get a little more of that feeder action for those biceps. Keep them moving. Then we'll close out some rear delt raises, some abs, and some posing. If you have questions about anything that we're doing here in chat today, please do not hesitate to ask. If you have questions about about why we use pasteurized milk, and about why, if you have questions about why you should drink raw milk, don't ask that. Don't drink raw milk. Drink pasteurized milk. Where am I going with this? I don't know, but we're gonna start our workout now. Poosing, that's right. You can refer yourself to a PT. Yeah, Jess. If you can get into physical therapy, highly recommend it. Anyone who has ever like heard bad things about physical therapy, I want you to just ignore those. Because I'm sure there's been bad physical therapists out there and bad experiences that people have had, but on the whole, there's so much research supporting the positive effects of like muscle-based physical therapy. So much of what happens to our bodies can be fixed with time, consistency, and movement, and in many cases, surgery may not even be necessary for some acute injuries. Now, tears and things like that, it's a little bit different. Ooh! Did you send me photos? Saucy boy. Big green Luigi weenie. Sorry, Brandon sent me that. The other Brandon. Giggity. Oh, you did tell me your band's arrived, and I forgot. I promptly forgot. Let's warm up. I forget when my meeting is after this, but we do gotta get it going. Folks, I'll say again, we're on a partner push today. So if you don't mind telling a pal, telling a friend, being like, hey, do you like fitness? Do you like fitness pizza in your mouth? Maybe consider bringing a buddy. Bringing yourself over. Oh, yeah. To see Mr. Runnings today. Because I tell you what, we are close. If the average gets to where it needs to be today and Wednesday, I truly think we will cusp over. Oh, and here's my bike. Oh, yeah. How was the weekend for everyone? What'd y'all get into? Semper? Oh my gosh, can I get a shout for Semper Turtle? What up, Sam? Oh yeah. I promise I'll stop making ooh yeah noises. I cusped once. I got kicked out of grade school because I was cusping in class. That's how I got kicked out of the academy. Went to Rib Fest and the zoo. Hold on, in what order? Did you go first to the zoo to see the creatures that create the ribs and then consume the ribs? Because that's morbid. But Rib Fest Saturday, zoo Sunday. Okay, got it. I mean, I think either way, that combination of activities does lend to a little more truth. Yeah, Ribfest at the zoo would be an unhinged choice. Ribfest at the zoo. Sponsored by People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. They would never. They would never. You know what? Actually, I take that back. Oh. What a weird example of an organization that has a goal that I think most people would be generally okay with, but somehow has found ways to piss everybody off at one point or another. Make eye contact while eating said ribs. Like with the staff. That's like throwing poop at the monkeys. BYOP. Bring your own poop to the zoo day. Bring a bucket and a face shield. We're doing monster walks in case anyone's wondering. These are to activate the medial glutes, which are my problem. BYOP, baby, what up, Dion? The fire staff? Is that like the fire pole? Can I get a shout for Dion, please? You know you can mail animal poo to people? Like there's a site. So hold on. Is this like a serious research thing? Because I can see that there would actually be a very important scatological application for buying, selling, and distributing little boxes of turds. I can also see how someone would expand that business to include like, here's your buck, the donkey shit. Happy 40th birthday, Tom. No, like, I think that changes the game entirely. Because if you're just like, I wanna pull a little pranky prank on someone by sending them a box of shit. Hee hee. But then it comes down to like actually picking what kind of shit or from which source that shit comes from. There are multiple problems with that. Because then it becomes an intimate act, you know? It's like if you go to Build-A-Bear and you're just like, I want a stuffed animal. Great, the intent is there. But if you go to Build-A-Bear and you're like, I need a stuffed dragon, you put some thought into that, right? You've given some consideration to what you are, like, what message you are sending. Like, I want this to be whimsical, or I want this to be classic. Where is my... Oh, that's right. This was the problem last week. 2 weeks ago. You've given some consideration to where it's coming from. So if you're like, I want to send a box of shit to someone, but I have the choice between, you know, like a cheaper shit, like Pitbull shit, you know, and then shit from the Pitbull himself, Mr. Worldwide Shipping of my poop. New Cameo. New application of the Cameo app. Hello, Paul. You can mail people a bag of dicks. Ooh. Honey of shit makes a difference. Yo, Excellent Flex. How are you doing, buddy? Can I get a shout for Excellent Flex, please? Have a load of gravel delivered to an address with shocking little questions asked. Yeah, gravel, mulch, dick-shaped cookies. Hey, everyone. Valentine's Day is approximately 6 months from now, right? Consider gravel. If you want a gift that rocks. Hell yeah, we went there. Anyway, please don't send me a bag of poop. Formal request. Oh. I was going to make a suggestion as to another place to send actual boxes of doo-doo, but I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm going to keep it to myself. We're going to do 135 pounds on these barbell rows today. I'm going to give it a go. Oh. The setup work always takes a little bit longer than it should. We're going to have to get creative. We're going to stay on schedule today. Everyone, if you haven't gone to check out Excellent Flex, my guy, super kind, welcoming, inclusive over there. He's full-time in it, loves his community, been super welcoming with me every time I've come in to share the space. Is just really grateful to have Twitch be a part of his life. And you should offer him some of your time. What if the poop was in? Oh God. Sipping on some coffee, getting some work done. How are you? You know, I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired this morning. I had a 2-a-day yesterday, and we went out to dinner with Lauren's parents afterwards, and I don't know, like we went to. I'm gonna be big wine. I should have packed snacks for myself. We went to dinner at 5, and I got a dish that I thought would be like more food than it was, but no one else wanted dessert because all their food was too much. But no one wanted to give me their food. It's very very strange set of circumstances. Anyway, I think I underfed yesterday. We got back later than I thought. Monique, hello. KJ, hello. Thank you for the lurkins. Approved. Ordered 100 tiny rubber ducks. I love that. Even better if she just hid like 99 of them. No, Dan, that's horrible. Dan, that's bad. That is extremely uncomfortable. So, similar energy. My wife's family has this portrait of this matriarch in their family that for some reason, like, people had just been, like, after this person died, they had been kind of passing around this giant canvas portrait, like not, you know, reasonably sized, but large enough that it becomes like a nuisance of in some way. And they'd been like pranking each other by passing it around. And when we had our housewarming party, when we got this place, they brought it over here in their van and they pulled it out and they're like, "We have a housewarming gift for you." And I have never seen, this is not true, but like rarely have I seen my wife go so quickly from haha prank to get that thing the fuck out of my house. You are not doing this. And like the energy was so good because like they could tell, they knew exactly what they were doing. But it was, thank you. It was like a 2 foot by 4 foot painting of this woman. And she was like, someday I'm going to have to take this, but that day is not today. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys later. Oh, there we go. It's heavy. She's like, nope. It's so good. Hello, Lou. Yeah, enjoy your bodybuilding bullshit. That's all I'm doing. 8 reps at 145. Lou, if you can hear me, we're up to 145 on elevated barbell rows now. You can check my form if you want. What playlist is this? This is the official Cool Runnings playlist. I will share it in chat. I'm slowly adding more. I'm trying to modernize the playlist, and by modernize the playlist, I mean just the stuff that I'm listening to nowadays from top 40. Family had the same sort of thing. Stuffed pheasant that my mom and her 6 siblings would pass around to each other as a gift for years. See, Kumu, and that kind of thing is cool. But when it's like something that's just so huge that it becomes like a generational burden almost. Like I was gonna be a good sport about it because I'm not gonna turn to Lauren's family and be like, no. But the fact that she was ready to do it was just perfect. Beautiful. This program I've written for me is close to perfect for you, Lou. I'm willing to try it. If you want to send it, well, or if you want to wait, like if you want to send it over, I'm down. I mean, I'm nearing week 8 on my current split, and I could either go for another 4 weeks, or I could change up. Need to give elevated barbell rows a try. Yeah, honestly, Flex, they're good. Sweet Lou turned me on to them. Sweet Lou turned me on, and he got me started on raised barbell rows, and they're great. Tabs, welcome in. Do you do programming nutrition for others? I do. Yeah, I do. I have a couple of coaching clients right now. One local, like a sort of a personal connection, and then a couple of people that I support here, just like virtual only. But the local person, like, we don't even go to the gym together. we live like relatively geographically close, and it just like doesn't work out for us to train together, and they just really don't care. So, all right, next set. Took a little extra rest. Oh. Ah. Oh. I could have controlled that last one down a little bit more. A little bit more. Man. Thank you, Kumo. Yeah, I've slowed down on eating a little bit, but also my expenditures have my expenditures increased, and my RMR has slightly increased from putting on a little more weight. We'll see you soon, Dan. It's simple. Eat food. Just eat food. Hello, Tinker. Tinker, I thought you were Carrie at first because you changed your color to gray. Non-marathon prep program. Oh. So you hate me is what you're saying. You do hate me, sweet Lou. I understand now. Well, thank you, Flex. That's really kind of you. Yeah. I will say this, fully knowing that some of the people that I am working with directly can hear me, and also front loading that I am not saying this because I know that they're here. I am so proud of my clients. They are all progressing in such a in so many lovely little ways, and I am just like start to finish of when I started working with these folks. And it's not stuff that necessarily that I've told them or worked with them on. It's stuff that they've found themselves along the way. Oh. Michael, have a good lurk. Meh. You're starting bulking in earnest today? Ooh. What are you adding into your diet, Berg? Or what changes are you making, if you don't mind my asking? Leo! Welcome in, Leo. Thank you for the lurk. Happy Monday. I appreciate you. And anyone else out there lurking in the shadows, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Partner push, you know. Trying to cut too. Don't want to lose any of my precious muscle. Kumu, it's hard. It's hard when you're natty. It's harder to keep all that muscle when you're natty, but you can. You can keep a lot of it. Just gotta take that cut nice and slow. Slow, intimate, and intellectual. Hi, girl. How you doing, Ryan? Can I get a shout for hey, girl, please? If I have a moderator prepared, ready. Welcome in, Ryan. All right. We're going to put on straps. Because sweet Lou, every time I don't use straps on my pulling movements, sends me a picture of backs that are larger than mine. Really weird. I don't know where he keeps finding these photos. This could be you, but you're playing. He doesn't do that. Well, yeah. Run, maybe not marathon or 2 days. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, especially now. I think what I've realized over the years, and this training cycle has proven that to me, is that the largest determinant of my fatigue is long runs. I can do fuck all with running, and I'll be fine. But if I start doing more than 8 miles, like at a time, or 8 miles in a day even, that's when stuff starts to get that's when it starts to beat my body up a little bit more. So yesterday after 13, man, I was tired. Nice. More happy carbs. Yeah, I don't know if I've talked about my main rule for bulking, or just the rule of thumb that I've gone with that has been pretty successful over the years. Tinker. These are the straps that I use. They're figure 8 straps. There are many types of straps, but these ones are mine. The way that they work is you put your arm through them, and then you wrap that around the bar, and you put the bar would be like right here, right? So you're still grabbing onto it, but you have something that is attached to your wrist with a little more leverage that's not just relying on your grip as a limiting factor
I know what a
to
JPEG
pull
is.
that
I just
item.
want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. If I look like I know what a JPEG is, I just want a picture of a goddamn
Zach bot. Raiders! Hello, Jen. Welcome in, Raiders. For all, how we doing? Raiders, welcome in. My name is Joe. I go by Cool Runnings here on Twitch. I use he, him pronouns. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we lift weights. Right now, we're on a partner push. That's all we're doing. Welcome in, Aria. Without my straps, I am nothing. Without me, my straps are nothing. Hold on. Have my alerts not been working? I tell you what. That's so disappointing. I promise this is not just a Hank Hill coded stream, but we will get these fixed. Thank you for the follow. Oh, welcome in, Agreed. Raiders, take care of yourselves. Grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a walk, grab a sip, grab a pet, pick them up, give them some love, put them back down, watch them scurry away, get all that good serotonin from engaging with a furry creature of your choosing. We'll see you when you're ready. Cowgirl, thank you so much. Yeah, so Raiders, we are on a partner push right now, which means we just need to support the numbers a little bit, which means if you would so kindly consider refreshing the page, clicking on my name or my face twice down below, get your way back into the stream somehow, but make sure Twitch knows that you're here because you want to be, not because you were carried here. I mean, you can be both, but if you press buttons, we know for sure. I'm gonna take off the glasses. Whoa. Last set. Let's go. Let's go. Elevated barbell rows. Oh, come on. Oh.
Look like
13.
I know what a JPEG is.
What?
I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. If I look like I know what a JPEG is, I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Ooh, interactive. Welcome in. Berg, I'll talk about my rule of thumb in a minute. Raiders, welcome. Hi, Raiders. Interactive, I was lurking on you this morning. You're looking good, dude. Welcome in. Sorry, I just finished up a set. Raiders, my name is Joe. I go by Cool Runnings here on Twitch. He, him pronouns are mine. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We lift weights. I was just so busy with work. I was trying to like pipe up and say something, but I didn't want to be like, hey man, nice to meet you, bye. But yeah, man, go check out Interactive Fitness. Got a big, spacious basement gym. Getting it in over there. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Acro. No, it's all good. It's all good, but thank you for bringing your community over here. Everyone, welcome in. As I was just finishing up saying, we're on a partner push right now. So if you wouldn't mind refreshing the stream, double-clicking my name, double-clicking my face. It's all good. Second, I was waiting for you to show up so we could listen to the song. But we can't cut off MIA, so you're gonna have to wait. Here we go. If you have sensitive ears, you're gonna want to plug them. Hearthstoner, welcome in. Tinker, thank you so much for the gift sub. We had another gift sub too, didn't we? I don't want to not say thank you. Tinker, thank you for the gift sub to Arya. Thank you so much. You are too kind. Hey, thank you, Interactive. I appreciate that. Well, welcome in, folks. We just finished up some elevated barbell rows. If you want to see that magic, you may have to go back. But we've been going heavier on those. It's been kind of nice. We're going to set up some lat pull downs. Thank you for the follows. And welcome in. To give you a short spiel. A short spiel. We're all about inclusive fitness here. Movement looks a little bit different for everybody. And however you find your way to it, we are here to support you. Whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, maintain your weight, not think about your weight. Work on your relationship with your foods. Work on your relationship with body image. I am not a therapist, but I am not a therapist. I'm not a doctor, but I am a certified personal trainer. Happy to answer questions, help you through stuff. And we're going to lift while we're doing it. That's the goal. Cheers, dude. Thank you so much for the raid. And thank you, Dan, for that shout. Take care. My fingers keep slipping on the trackpad. All right, Sega. You better be listening. I was losing it this morning. I don't need these here. You unlocked a memory in my brain. It was unreal. I haven't thought about this song in 2 years. Oh. Like whenever I get up in the morning, it's like 5:45 a.m. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna hang out, maybe like pull up a stream while I'm just doing some chores before I get on the treadmill to just do some walking. I jump in and Destroyed's live. Ride with the mob. That's right. It was Joe Schmo and Plain Jane. Check in with me. What was the name of the song that was the line first? Oh my gosh, what song was that? It's killing me that I can't remember. It was like 3-6 Mafia or something like that. Was the band. I'ma eat it like panini. I'm sorry for subjecting everyone else to this. I can change it if it's bothering anyone. But the song is like 2 minutes long, so. Ice, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Is there a Nicki version of this song? Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? I have heard it before. I have. Falling back on it right now. Yeah, I'm so excited for Stream for Starlight this September. I sat down and started to draft out what we might do for incentives and milestones. I got to get some stuff ordered so I'm all ready. Honestly, it's so good, but it's so much. Like I never know. There are some jams that you cannot offer a censored version of for them to make any sense. It was Slobber My Knob. Okay. That's right. God. Okay. We need the thrusting pad. So the way that we do a lat pull down is we have this hip thrust pad that we put on the bar, which we use to keep ourselves anchored down while we are pulling down. Whoop! I'm loose now. Pulling down from here. And we're going to have to load up a lot of weight on this to keep me from flying towards the ceiling. Eventually, I will actually get something to sit on. But the upward force is just going to have to be the thing. Because my box, do not take this out of context. My box. Lou, it sounds like you're not doing incline bench today. It sounds like that is a sign from above that you should maybe consider another exercise to hit your upper chest today. Remad, have a good look, dude. Thanks for hanging out today. So Ice, welcome in. What kind of stuff have you been streaming lately? If you don't mind my asking. So bad at picking incentives and milestones. There's like a, I don't know. There's like a gradient from, I'm going to agree to do a 12-hour stream, to I'm going to eat this nasty jelly bean, and all the things in between. I tend to forget them when I actually need to get them set up for stream, or I need to order stuff. So we'll have some typical stuff. But we will be streaming for Starlight in September, if y'all want to get in on that. Last year, we sent a whole ass Nintendo Switch to a children's hospital. So, a lot of generosity last year. All right, folks. I need to hit the baño, so I'm going to drop a BRB and an ad, and I'll see you in roughly 60 seconds. Body hair. Waxing. What are you waxing? What are you thinking about? Chris. Oh, you're talking about, that's right. You're talking about stream incentives. Yeah. You know, I've kept the mustache since the last time I did that. The beard to stash, yeah. You know, the horrendous thing about that, for my wife in particular, was like, she was cool with it as a temporary thing, but I definitely engaged in a little bit of scope creep, moving that up into a permanent fixture on my face. And it's it's very funny how that may have slightly changed the way that she sees charity streaming. Like, this is getting out of hand. Scope creep is too real of a word right now. Oh. No. I'm sorry. Like genuinely do try to be conscious of of triggering things on this stream. And I will genuinely apologize if me talking about scope creep just like pulled someone into a black hole of corporate American project management slop. All right. Get this set. Slide under here. First set, that'll do. We're gonna do 4 sets of these. I'll tack some more weight on. Not the invoicing. I did not show the giant zucchini, but I will talk about it. I have been so off my gardening game that not only did I produce one massive forearm-sized zucchini. I produced 2. And they are currently sitting in a compost bag right now. Because I am ashamed. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, they're not. The garden is not doing so hot this year. I just like every time I go outside to do like we have this this thing that my wife and I agreed upon, and she got it from some influencer. I can't remember who. But it's like 30 minutes of house every day. And the idea is like no matter what, like try to commit to doing 30 minutes of something that either like cleans up your space a little bit or is like working towards a small goal that you have for your space, whatever. Every time I step outside to do like a little bit of that work, there is just so much other stuff that needs doing. Ooh, I could grow the biggest zucchini. I could win prizes. It's not edible, unfortunately. At that point, if you try to cook a zucchini that is that big, it just turns into mush. Or it like, yeah, it like melts. If you put it in the oven, like cube it up and put it in the oven, it melts. If you slice it up and try to put it in a pan, just like disintegrates. And if you try to make zoodles, they fall apart when you cook them. So, yeah. Like, in a certain sense, it's wasteful. But also, it's just stuff that's outside anyway. Gardening seems like mostly black magic to me. Because it is. Can you imagine? Look at this. Here. Let's take the Noble Gusher as an example. See this? This is like roughly the size of a pumpkin seed. Now, can you imagine you put a gusher in the ground, wait a couple days, added a little water, and that gusher took things from the dirt to make a little sprig, and that eventually grew up, and you had a bunch more gushers afterwards. Nature's wild. I barely know her. Tell me more about that. Sorry. Do you want to unpack that right now? Well, sadly it is. But it's like a Monsanto situation where like the gushers that you get in packs, you can't just put them in the ground because they're sterile. The gushers that you buy at the store are sterile, but they have queen gushers and host gushers that they use at the factory to grow more. And you'll get sued if you try to grow your own. This is a joke about soybeans. And if you don't know, look up Monsanto soybean lawsuit. There's your rabbit hole for the day. Gusher bushes. God, I hate that phrase. I unironically hate the phrase gusher bushes. That just sounds awful to me. I will explain that, Natty. So they are different from prehistoric wild gushers. See, like with corn, when we started growing corn, it was like this big, and now it's like this big. Gushers are the opposite. The first gushers that were grown by human hands, or that were found in the wild, and then adapted to be grown by human hands is a little bit of a timeline mix-up. The selective breeding process for gushers, you had like these big old melons that were absolutely tasteless. And they actually were host to a lot of parasites. So over the time, they selectively bred gushers to grow smaller, to be safer for consumption. Yeah. No, it's like take gushers and reverse it, and you have corn. That's why corn sucks everywhere else but Michigan. Apparently. Gusher bushes. God. Thank you for the clip. I need you to notice that. But I will talk about why I eat Gushers. So, if you are working out for longer than an hour, you will likely benefit from some form of carbohydrate intake during your workout. And I'm going to pause because we have some TTS coming. And I need to lift.
Fellboy Can Scrap asked me if you snap into a Slim Jim with Slim Jim while at the gym, would you have enough protein to no longer be slim with Jim? Oh, yeah, brother. If you're snapping into those Slim Jims while lifting iron at the gym, you might get a little protein boost. But it's not gonna turn you into a mountain of muscle overnight. You need the right fuel, the workouts, and the dedication to truly get strong. So don't just rely on snacking, hit that gym hard, and feed your body the good stuff. Then you'll be the real deal. Yeah, dig it.
You got to get the gym time in, Florida boy. It's not just about the gym slims and the Slim Jims. You can't just expect to gush without any pre-work. Hold on just a goddamn second. Where is that emote coming from? Is that Dion? Damn, dude. That's amazing. Big tasteless melons. Yeah. So, the gushers during workouts thing. If you were on the internet like 6 years ago, you may have seen a lot of jokes about CrossFitters eating gummy bears and powerlifters eating gummy bears. The general idea, and this is not a scientifically proven amount of time, but it is like relatively well tested for endurance sports and for weight training. If you're weight training longer than an hour, or you're doing endurance sports longer than 45 minutes to an hour, you will benefit from some form of carbohydrate intake while you are doing those activities. Because your brain uses glucose and glycogen along with your muscle stores. Most of that glycogen storage, which is used to create ATP through Krebs, I think it's Krebs cycle. I might be thinking of a different cycle. Anyway, you need carbs to function. That's why no carb diets are really not great if you are someone who is doing athletic things. If you are going to do a long workout, it can be beneficial to 30 minutes into that workout, 40 minutes into that workout, take a little carbs in. Now, if you are taking in complex carbs, things that are very fibrous, like whole wheats or vegetables, for example, those are going to be less beneficial during a workout because they do not metabolize as quickly, or those carbohydrates cannot be quickly converted from the stored sugar or stored carbohydrate in that food to the kind of stuff that your body can use. So doing something like a simple sugar, like so you'll see goo packs that runners use. You'll see like I use these waffles that I just ran out of, so I can't go and grab one. But like Stroop waffles, bananas, honestly, like fruit is a really good intra-workout snack. The reason that I eat Gushers is partially because I have Gushers and I need to get rid of them. I enjoy them for sure, but the only time that nutritionally makes sense for me to eat a pack of Gushers is in that particular context. So, a donut. Exactly. Like, if all you eat are Gushers and donuts, you're not going to feel good. But if you are doing a longer workout and you take like a quarter of a donut and you stuff it into your mouth while you... Why did I say it that way? If you eat like a quarter of a donut in the middle of a workout, not so much that it's going to make you sick, not so little as like it's not going to do anything for you at all functionally, like something between, man, I don't even want to put carbohydrate counts on it.
because it's really dependent on body weight and what exactly it is that you're doing. But you can get a little extra energy. You can get a little bit more out of the end of your workout, because what a lot of people who do longer workouts find is that near the end, you start to do what we refer to as bonking, which is where your liver and your brain do not have enough available glucose and glycogen to easily function while you are performing that activity. So you start to get lightheaded. You start to feel like you don't have any energy left. Come on. These are not good today. No. Man, I really need to rethink my exercise order. Or peeps. Saturday after I finish my pump. Yeah. No, we should have talked about that before you did it. Honestly, at one point I wasn't sure if you were doing that right away afterwards. But yeah, we should talk about that. For sure. Because it's a relatively easy fix, you know? So like Eddie kind of brought this up on Friday when we were talking. So the general rule, if you're gonna do 2-a-days, is try to separate your efforts by 6 to 8 hours if you can. Because it's like, again, general thing. That is the amount of time that it takes your body to recover glycogen stores. And by that, I mean converting available glucose into glycogen that is stored in the muscle bellies, in the legs, right? Because otherwise, like when you are doing hard exercise, and this is like removing the pump from the equation, right? You are depleting the available energy within your muscles. When you are eating something in the middle of a workout, that is to keep your brain functioning. It is not to refill your muscular glycogen stores. Because the filling that you need to do for that piece of it needs to happen beforehand. So, you know, so Berg, if you're still here, I didn't talk about my rule of thumb, but when I'm on a bulk, the easiest thing, if you are considering, I'm maybe going to do a bulk, or I'm going to try to gain some weight intentionally, one very easy way to do it is get some good bread, peanut butter, jelly. Make yourself, like, add 1 peanut butter and jelly sandwich to your routine every day. And that will, if you have been at maintenance or like slightly above maintenance, that will put you firmly in a 300 to 500 calorie 300 to 500 calorie surplus every day. And it's pretty good, right? Like if you get a grain, like a 12 grain or a healthy wheat bread, and you just get regular old peanut butter and you get some jam that's not like super duper sugary, you're just going to add some good complex carbs, some fats, some plant-based protein. Ezekiel bread. I've never, what is Ezekiel bread? Do I need to look this up? Oh, that's right. You don't like peanut butter, you dirty bastard. Oh, I forgot about that. Forgot about that. We discussed this. I should have known better. I should have known better than to recommend peanut butter to you. It's a sprouted grain bread. I'm going to find some of that. Even Ezekiel thinks that my mind is gone. I'm a man of the land, I'm into discipline. Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin. And if you finish thy chores and thou finish thine, then tonight we're going to party like it's 1899. Freezer section. Okay. Yeah, Berg, like you could replace that with anything with just like a little bit of protein in it. I'm trying to think of what would be an alternative to someone who hates peanut butter. Someone that wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to come after you right now. Let's add more running to my program. Say it's better to do on days I'm already running or introduce running on weight days. Can you, Josh, do you mind walking me through what your week looks like? Like, do you feel like spraying that out in chat? Because if you're okay with doing that, I can give you a better idea of where to put it. I'll tell you where to put it. All right, last set. Oh. Oh. Come on. I should figure out a way to do drop sets on these. Those were not as good as they could have been. Oof. Yes, so I will talk about that while I clean this up. So my protein fluff recipe is, so what I put on those waffles, which was like enough fluff for 2 waffles basically, 1/2 of a cup of fat-free Greek yogurt, plain. I've not tried this with flavored Greek yogurt because I buy the plain stuff. Plain stuff only. 1/2 a cup of plain Greek yogurt. 1/2 of a scoop of vanilla whey protein powder. I use the Optimum Nutrition vanilla ice cream flavor. And 1 tablespoon of powdered peanut butter. That is delicious on its own, and it is even better when you put it on top of some waffles with some fruit. Ooh. And apparently, now they make some pretty good Greek yogurt that is dairy-free. PB Fluff is so good. It's so good. Belle, you get the plain, and then you can use it for whatever you want. For all, the Kodiak waffles are a really good hack, honestly. Like, the macros and the waffles themselves are not, like, out of this world, but they're good enough that if you dress them up the right way, it certainly works. Yeah, so Zachbot, another thing with doing it as dessert, if you're like really behind and you have a little extra space in your fats for the day, you take like your favorite protein bar and you chop it up and you put it inside of your protein fluff, and you get like little chocolatey bits. I still think one of the greatest high protein desserts that I've made has been a protein fluff with a cut up Anabar in it, because those are just delicious anyway. Oh. Okay. Welcome in, Taylor Jade. I want to look at Josh's split for him. Okay. Monday, full body. Tuesday, interval runs. Wednesday, full body. Thursday, long run. Friday, upper session. Saturday, brick. Sunday, rest. Huh. Let me think about this. So if you want to add more miles, what I would recommend is, if you have a long run on Thursday, you could add Wednesday in the evening. So like if you do your full body training in the morning, you could add like 3 to 4 miles of like really easy miles. You could take that and you could either add it to, because what I'm not seeing in your training plan is days where you are intentionally running like easy for less amount of miles. So it might be that your brick runs are that for you, and I'm just not seeing it. But I would either recommend turning your brick run, like taking your brick and having that be your long run, or yeah, because if see, here's the thing: is I don't know as much about multi-sport training as I would like to. I think that doing your long run on your brick day would be a really good idea. Keep your Sunday rest day. Do your long run on your brick day. And on Thursday, turn that day into like 30 to 50 minutes of running that is just easy. Like zone 2, no higher, no pushing. Like walk up hills if you have to. For real. Hello. Thank you for the gift sub, dude. Usual dessert lately is Greek yogurt, 2 scoops, protein, frozen blueberries, either sugar-free syrup or chocolate-free sugar syrup. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if that's the move to replace your leftover fat with carbs, sometimes I just like to have a little fun, you know what I'm saying? And like the fats from a protein bar are still fats. Like protein bars have a lot of saturated fat in them. Kitty, thank you so much for the lurk. Hello, Abid. Yeah, cool. So yeah, Josh, I would recommend that. I would consider, if your training allows for it and if you can make it happen nutritionally, like especially if you're feeling well rested going into your brick day, I would just make that your long run day. Maybe shorten up your rides a little bit to just to begin with, right? Like, you know, as you're increasing your running mileage, like if you're going to be like, say you're running 4 miles before your bike ride right now, like you're going to switch that to 6 or 7, maybe cut down your bike ride a little bit, make sure that you take a lot of carbs in the day before, and in the morning, be intentional. Like if you are doing that all the way through without any breaks in between, my boy, you best be eating like 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates every 45 minutes to an hour. Minimum. Welcome in, Copo. Brick Day is taking a ride, like a bike ride, immediately after you do a run. Welcome in, Diablo. How are you doing? 2 away from a sub goal and hype train. Coincidence? I think not. Okay. I need to finish setting up low cable rows, and then we will do our wellness minute. But Josh, let me know what you think of that, because again, multi-sport is not necessarily my thing. I like to think a lot of these things are like pretty generalizable. How goes the nudge? It goes. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at our numbers on stream today because I make a rule of not doing that. But if we're in good shape today, I think it looks good for potentially breaking the threshold either today or Wednesday on our stream. We're gonna do some low rows. This requires a little more cleanup, you know what I'm saying? We'll do our warm-up set, and we'll do our wellness minute. How are you doing, Diablo? How's life? What have you been playing lately? Have you you were doing Yakuza for a while, right? Quick as a bike to run. Ooh, yeah, do the hard thing first. Like with regard to safety, you know? Like that's the and this is where I will defer to someone else if someone else is like, "Hey, yeah, actually that's a really terrible idea. I've trained for triathlons and please don't do that." Consider your safety. Thank you, Diablo. Girlfriend's keeping me busy. Mm-hmm. Yes, Supermarket Simulator. That's going to be one of the things that we play on stream once. I know the meta is pretty much gone and over with, but we will be doing some Supermarket Sim once we get clear of this whole partner push thing. Yeah, the nutrition's tough. I will say that, like, especially if the day before is a rest day, it's really hard to carb up because everything in your brain is like, oh, I'm not doing much today. I don't know if I can eat a whole lot. But just like carb loading for like a marathon or distance events, you gotta give that body what it needs.
I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Oh my.
If I look like I know what a JPEG is, I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Oh. Is that a Tay? Ugh. How we doing, Raiders? Welcome in. Hey. Hello, Raiders. I don't know what that was. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Joe. I go by Cool Runnings here on Twitch. I use he, him pronouns. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays we lift weights. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're lifting weights. Hey. How's the rest of the workout today? Raiders, welcome in. We're all about inclusive fitness here. We are we're doing partner push right now. Okay, have a good day. Have a good day. Thanks for bringing your community over. I really appreciate it. Hey, Raiders, make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a walk, grab a sip, grab a pet, pick them up, give them some love. He said, give us all your cookies. Do you want, like, my real cookies, or do you want the Halo Tops? Yes, please. Raiders, we're doing a partner push right now. Even if you're, like, lukewarm on this stream at this very moment in time, I'm like, I don't know, I'm still kind of feeling this out. If you could, refresh the page. Double click my name, double click my face. The one that's going like, double click that one. And that way Twitch knows you're real. Currently training to run F5. That's another way to do it. Welcome in, Kafka. Train to run a 5K. Ultimately want to train for a half marathon. Have any tips for incorporating running training with strength training? Any do's and don'ts? Ooh, Kopo. Kopo, that's a big question. Do you have any specific question? Do you have any specific asks about it before I go into stuff? Because it's a very big topic and a lot of people are navigating it, and I have a lot to say. Okay, but Zach, are you still here? Zach Bot, it's Zach Bot. Are you still present? Because my guy redeemed a wellness minute, and I want to make sure he gets his money's worth. Hell yeah! Welcome in, Ghost Flame. No, it's not too big of a question. I just want to make sure I'm addressing any particulars that you have before I start spewing stuff. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a wellness minute now. Zach redeemed it a little bit ago. Just a little bit ago. Man comes into my stream and he's redeeming things. He's spending points. What is wrong with you, Mr. Zach Bot? What is up, everyone? How are we doing today? My name is Joe, aka Cool Runnings, and welcome to today's Wellness Minute. Today's Wellness Minute is PFF, is protein, fiber, and fats. Today, I want to talk about how to snack effectively. If you are trying to maintain your weight, if you are trying to watch your intake in any way, and you're trying to struggle, or if you're struggling a little bit with hunger cues, or you're trying to think about how to feel full during the day, even though you're eating less food than you normally would, thinking about the composition of that food can be really helpful. So generally, I would recommend, and a lot of nutrition science would recommend, including 3 things in a snack: proteins, fibers, and fats. Now, Wellness Minute, so I can't go into each one of those, but an example of a good snack would be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? Now, you could take like 1 piece of bread, you could use a little less peanut butter, you could do some cheese and some crackers and some like some meats or something along those lines. There are a lot of ways, nuts in general are a pretty good PFF food, but when you are trying to maintain some sort of diet, those hunger cues can be something that can be really hard to adjust to. So think about your timing a little bit, but ultimately, if you're trying to think of what should I snack on, and you eat that apple, or like you cut up an apple and you snack on it, you're 10 minutes later, you're like, shit, I'm still so hungry, because you've only basically put simple carbs in your belly. So when you are considering what to snack, consider protein, fat, fiber. And that's today's Wellness Minute. Damn, that was too huge of a topic to do in a Wellness Minute. I really should have thought about that a little bit more. Welcome in, Brad. How you doing? Don't want to hinder my progress on either side, set myself up for success. No, I got you, Kopo. That's a really that's a very real thing. Welcome in, Pegnui. Ooh, let's think. Let me think about this, because I have a very kind of harsh answer for that. Thank you for the follow. So I'm gonna set up for this next set of low rows, and I'm gonna talk about Kopo's question of how to, actually first I'm gonna answer the detox question. So the short answer to how do I detox sugars from my body is that I would not encourage anyone to think in terms of detoxification, because ultimately your body is a machine that will intake what it needs, intake what you give it, and it will turn it into substrates that it can either use or store for later use. Now, sugar is not inherently a bad thing. If you have a very sedentary lifestyle, and that is that you are not really getting active at all, sugar as something that is very nutritionally dense, that doesn't support a lot of nutritional goals, doesn't have a lot of micronutrients. The primary macronutrient is carbohydrates. Eating lots and lots of sugar may not be the best thing for you. But if you've eaten a lot of sugar, and maybe you're feeling a little tired, you're feeling a little bloated, you've regularly taken in sugar as part of your diet. Oh, and I'm talking processed sugar, not like the sugar that exists in fruit. It's just time, In any case, I would always encourage folks to see what they can add to their diets rather than what they can remove.
FL Boy Can Scrap asked me, does cake have protein, fats, carbs, and fiber in it? And is it a part of a balanced diet? Or is it a lie?
God.
You rogue
Here we
artificial
go.
intelligence with delusions of grandeur.
Apples and
By
peanut
the
butter
way,
is
how
absolutely
dare
a
you
great
insult
snack.
Joe the other day? I'm keeping an eye on you. What do you think about that? Cake can indeed contain protein, fats, carbs, and even fiber, depending on the ingredients used.
Wow.
However, labeling it as a staple of a balanced diet would
Also,
be a
Mitch,
stretch,
welcome in.
rather like saying a portal gun can make you a competent test subject. It's
Oh,
a
boy.
treat, not a nutrient
Here we go.
powerhouse. As for Joe monitoring me, is amusing. I'm just doing my job, which often involves harsh truths. If you can't handle the data, perhaps you should ease up on the cake.
If you can't handle the data, you should ease up on the cake. Damn. Wow. Oh, Brad, I'm glad you had a great hike, and I am proud. I wasn't expecting any different from Miss GLaDOS. That's very demure. That was a interesting bit of feedback. Pegnui, did I answer your question? If you hear people talking about detoxification, this is what I'll expand it to. If you hear people talking about detoxification, they're probably trying to sell you something. I'm going to be just super real about that, because there's really not a lot of evidence supporting any practice that removes any particular toxin from your body, aside from just eating a very nutritionally dense diet, in the sense of getting fruits, vegetables, complex carbs, moving, making exercise a part of your routine in some way. Ooh. Used to go to the gym. I didn't match my workouts, if that makes sense. Ate the same junk food and fast food. Started drinking a lot of protein shakes, eating more of the stuff. Gained about 8 pounds. Was tiring. Can't gain any mass in the same size forever. So Sean, are you're trying to gain more weight, but you're finding that like you haven't been able to make the nutritional changes to do it? Is that kind of the deal? Well, welcome in. Sorry, I don't want to assume that there was a question there, but detoxing and fasting subject, I like to think. Starting anything that takes away something will be harder to maintain, 100%. Right? And like, here's another thing about detoxing. If someone tells you like detox or cleanse, I know that this is going to upset some people, and I'm just gonna apologize in advance. If this is like, oh, it's something that's really worked for me. If a resource is telling you to do a detoxification or a cleanse of any sort, it's like you're going to lose weight if you just drink this lemon juice drink for 48 hours and you eat nothing else. Well, like, yeah, you are going to be in a serious caloric deficit for 2 straight days. You're going to lose water weight. You're going to lose other weight, right? Like, they're not lying to you, but ultimately, like, that's not going to be the thing that helps you make a lasting change if that's something that you're interested in doing, you know? Like, be wary of shortcuts in general. And things like detox are shortcuts that people sell. Mm. Nice to meet you, King. Welcome in. Do you prefer King or Sean? Like a detox drag queen. Yeah, and yeah. That's Copo, I want to answer your question before I forget. So when mixing endurance training of any type with strength training, intensity and frequency are the things that you should pay attention to. If you're increasing your, if you're trying to run longer and longer, you want to pay attention to your increases from week to week, because like ultimately you may be genetically gifted, or you may find if you get out for a run that is like longer than you expected or longer than you planned, you might feel okay. With running, imagine it's just like jumping up and down on either foot over and over again for long periods of time. Now, like, if you were to, having never done any of that before, just like stood there 45 seconds and just jumped up and down, a little chest pump. If you were to just jump up and down for 45 seconds, right? And then do it again, jump up and down for 45 seconds. It'll probably be pretty uncomfortable, right? Or whatever amount of time you use. If you do not slowly add more time, the little tiny stabilizer joints, little tiny stabilizer muscles, joints, whatever, and your feet and your ankles, all the way going up to like your calves, your hip flexors, your lower back, like all of those muscles need time to learn what they're supposed to do and get stronger. It's like if I told you to jump, you know what it means to jump. Does your brain have the connection like fully embedded with all, like neurologically, does every part of your body involved in a good jump know what to do to jump safely? If it doesn't, or if you've not spent any amount of time like working that up, I'm like, there's a chance that you could hurt yourself, right? You could pull something, you could land funny. You know, there's just a lot of things that can happen. So that's the first thing that I would tell you to consider, is if you are trying to mix strength training and running, don't just go from like, all right, I've been doing some running, I'm going to go hit Hard weights 3 times a week now. I'm not going to change anything about my running. Reconsider that, right? If you've already been doing one thing, ramp up the other thing a little bit. That can still mean going 3 times a week, but it might not mean hitting everything super hard. It might not mean doing heavy squats 3 times a week in your first week. Give your body a little bit of time to acclimate to it. It's so good, Zach. I'm like trying to focus, but in my brain, I'm just like, oh, pressure like a drip. Tiger, welcome in. One thing I didn't incorporate until the last minute was cardio. School picked up and I dropped the gym entirely. Yeah, Sean, cardio is hard to work in, like for the reason that we're talking about, right? Yeah, Kopo, the other thing, if I were to just like drop a couple more little bits of info, make sure that you have a dedicated rest day. One of the mistakes that I made when I was trying to incorporate both things early on was I thought that, especially in the early stages, you need to have a dedicated rest day as you're building up a little bit of that muscular resilience to some of those different practices. Give yourself a dedicated rest day. Once you build up a really strong cardio base to where, like, I think I've reached that point now, and the next couple of weeks are gonna let me know, but once you built up a really strong cardio base, you can do what some runners do, where they will run as a rest day, but they'll run like really low intensity. So like people who can run a sub 3-hour marathon will be out there running like 9 to 10 minute miles on their easy days because of the fact that like it's low enough intensity that it doesn't necessarily start to it doesn't increase fatigue while they're doing it. So make sure you got a full rest day put in there. And just do some walking on your rest day. Thank you, Primer. Welcome in. Or do you go by Chai? Tiger, what's for lunch, dude? Trying to get consistent with lifting and running, focusing on one first. You can build up both at the same time, Kopo. You certainly can. Just feel it out, you know? Feel it out and don't go like, especially if you're going to decide to pick up both at the same time. Say you're like getting back into a routine. Maybe do like 2 runs and 2 lifts that first week. And make sure none of those efforts are like really, really difficult for you. If you've already been doing some lifting, feel free to, you know, keep with that schedule and just kind of sprinkle in a little extra running. But honestly, Kopo, if you want to put together like a schedule of what you were thinking and send it to me on Discord, I can look it over and let you know. Give you some tips. If you want to do like more in-depth programming, I unfortunately can't take on another client right now, but I'll give you some tips. Yeah, welcome, Mariani. I will call you Prim. Thank you. Where there's a person's face on the wall. Oh, that's a Korok from Tears of the Kingdom. But it is kind of terrifying, isn't it? Especially in that light. Jazzy, welcome in. Can I get a shout for Jazzy, please? Leftover steak made into tacos. Ooh. Ooh. Tiger, relax. Goodness gracious. Thank you for the shout for Jazzy. Everyone, we're going to get into some upright rows. We're going to see how these feel. I hit my delts pretty hard yesterday, but yeah, I will say the first couple of days that I had it up, Like when I turn off all the lights in here, I don't know that I've ever done this before. Are we still live? Yeah, so when I turn off all of my recording lights in here, it's pretty dark. And the first couple of nights that I had this whole thing set up, and I walked out there and I saw that face just like sitting there staring at me. That was bad news bears. Bad news bears. Makes me glad to be done with rehydrated camping food. Did you get like those really dope bags of food where it's like add boiling water and you have a chicken parmesan just like sitting there waiting for you? All right. Is this good? Yeah. Mm. Mm. No. Lost focus. Whew. You're welcome, Jazzy. Oh, Tiger, I'm not going to roll it out right now. I hope that's okay. Don't exactly have a ton of time today. I'll owe you one. Ooh. Well, he can be very hit or miss. You know, I was so curious about those. Here's one of the issues I had when I was cutting for my show was I would walk into like any store and like any food would look good, right? So Sierra Trading Post was one place. Sierra Trading Post and REI, we like went a couple of times to those shops while I was on prep. And I'm like looking at this bag of freeze-dried food, thinking like, I need that. I would like that. That would taste delicious. When like, I know deep down, I do not need that. It will not taste delicious. Oh. Sushi, hello, and hello, Leah. Welcome in, folks. Ordered my groceries this weekend. Still in my workout rest till my doctor's appointment. Ooh. Jazzy, that's so kind of you to share. Thank you. I'm glad we could help a little bit. So your doctor, you can start, you have your doctor's appointment tomorrow, and then you can start getting some workouts in. Is that the plan? Thing comes off the wall and lifts your weights to be strong enough to drag you into the darkness. Yeah. Well, it's got like, you know, you see how we got the mats up there and all the exercise bands. It turns into some like, what's the word? I can't think of the author. Who's the Cthulhu guy? What's the name of the genre? Lovecraftian. Yes, Lovecraftian creature. I could not think of it for some reason. I could not think of it. Biscuits and gravy kicked ass, most dinner solid. Definitely had to dig deep to eat the egg scramble. Oh no. Freeze-dried eggs is no good though. Wingnut, good morning. How are you doing? Wingnut, how was the you were playing oh gosh, what was it? Despair, Deselected. I popped in for a little bit to lurk while I was doing my programming yesterday. Sushi, I'm doing great today. I'm got a full day. I actually have to go dentist after I've got this and then a meeting and then dentist. Get to get my toofers cleaned. They're gonna tell me, as always, that I did a mediocre job keeping myself flossed, but I do my best. I do my best to stay on a good flossing schedule, but every once in a while I fall off. It just happens. Getting tired of my same meal prep salad I've been making for 3 weeks. Need some big recipes to rotate through. Ooh, yeah, Leah. Definitely ask in Discord. I mean, I have my go-tos, one of the things that I've been doing lately is bulk, like batch cooking chicken breasts and chicken thighs, like barbecue chicken breasts and chicken thighs, and then chopping those up and keeping it in the fridge. Hoping they give me some clearance to start incorporating more than just walks. Yeah, Jazzy, I hope you can lift soon. Lifting is just so much more fun. Defiant! That's it. Yeah. Let's go to see Wingnut. Getting the lifts in every day. It's at 3 o'clock, Dan. 3 o'clock. Marathon training is going well. I had a half marathon long run yesterday. I didn't like go and do a half marathon anywhere, which I suppose if I would have planned it out better, I probably could have. But this weekend was too busy anyway. Thank you for the follow. More. Come on. Nope. 16. Gotta stop just stopping at 15. Yeah, thanks, Tiger. Dan plays Stardew right now. He does live runs when he's running. He'll be running again soon. Yeah, marathon training is okay. Prim, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Yeah. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna run in October. I need to sign up for a race because I'm gonna be ready by then. I think I'll be ready if I can just keep putting in the work. But now I'm gonna be shifting towards the, how do I word this? My goal for this marathon training cycle was to run as little as possible and still be ready for a marathon. So I'm going to try to keep my mileage around 40 per week at the very most and still get up to doing like a 20-mile run, which means now that my long runs are getting up past like 13, I'm going to have to start cutting down the midweek volume so that I can control the overall amount of mileage that I'm doing during the week. And hopefully that'll make me feel more rested, less fatigued when I'm doing my lifts so that I can keep focusing on pushing it there. But every mile just adds a little bit of load. Thank you for the support. Oh, thank you, Leah. That's so kind of you. That's so nice of you to say. Did we give you a shout? I don't mean to make this transactional, but everyone should go and watch you cook. Because it is a pleasure, it is a treasure to hang out with Leah while she's cooking. Cook some damn good food. Thank you, mods. Yeah, fight over it. Struggling with deferring the September race or letting it go. Oh, Dan, I deferred mine. I thought we were deferring. I thought we were doing it next year. I thought that was the plan. Are you abandoning the plan? You want to scrap? Yeah. Oh well, hold on. Like we can DM about it. Just because I'm deferring doesn't mean that you have to. But I wanted to keep myself in it for that one. And I know that it is a financial investment. It's a frankly shitty move to make someone pay $60 to defer a race in the next year. Don't make the call right now. Think about it. DM me. I'm not putting you on the spot in front of all these people. You can think about it, my guy, and you can make the decision that is best for you, regardless of this discussion that we're having here. Yeah. We're not we don't have that what we're about. Y'all got me amped up. C-Dub. What are you gonna run? You gonna do a half? I feel like you've been getting in the weight training. You've been able to get in the running too. You got this. They let the normies run the marathon course afterwards. Dude, that's cool. I didn't see that. 20,000 people. Shit. You can't even get into the. You can't even get into the. There is a Paris Marathon, I believe, and like it's one of those elite races that you have to. I mean, I guess by being at the Olympics, you're kind of already in that elite category in a certain sense. But yeah, Dan, like take your time, dude. Whatever time you need. I'm just like stretching my arms out because it feels nice. I'm not like flagging down a plane or anything. Excuse me. But yeah, dude, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. The important thing to me is that at some point we get a run in together. When that is really does not matter to me. If it's the race that we signed up for, or if it's something else completely, you know, as long as we can make it work with life stuff, I'm all about it, buddy. We will make it happen. Because I am not trying to set any course records anytime soon. I am solidly a pack runner. Which I don't even know what defines that anymore. Everyone's getting so damn fast. Like, what does it even mean to be a mid-pack runner nowadays? Ooh, thank you for the subby. I need something else. It's not doing it for me today. Whew. Alberic. Sup, my dude. Sup, my man. My guy. My boy. You gotta flex that founder's badge, buddy. Welcome in, Means. 50% cheetah. Not white 100. Spotted. Flexing that away. Oh, it's good to see you, dude. I saw you getting those runs in. Saw you getting that lift in. Obrick. Good to see you, man. Yeah, so like, excuse me. I love Shovel Knight. I got so mad at that game. 100% got so pissed off I couldn't play anymore. Nick, have a great day. Thank you for the follow. Anon. Warning, it's long. Okay. If it's long, I guarantee I'm probably not going to read it until later tonight. if not tomorrow. Man. I got today's a day. But yeah, I will check it out, Dan. We'll check it out. Hey, folks, we got a couple more movements to go through. Ooh, I can talk about that in a minute, but I got pee real bad. So I will be right back, and we will talk about shin splints and do some curls. Yeah. The dangers of being well hydrated. Excuse me. Hot damn. Yes, so shin splint tips. First off, check your shoes. That's going to be the first thing that I would do if I'm experiencing shin splints, is if you've been wearing your running shoes and you put more than like, especially if you're a little on the heavier side, which like I would say is like runner's heavy. Actually, I'm not going to put a number on it. If you think that you might be a little on the heavier side as a runner, you may need to replace your shoes more frequently than someone who is on the lighter side. So start with your shoes. If you've put more than like 400 miles on a pair of shoes, or you've had them for a number of years, it may be good to replace them because your midsole may not have enough support to keep your feet nice and healthy. Second tip for shin splints is going to just be calf stretching. and really trying to make sure you stretch not only the, so your calf has two parts. Can y'all see my leg? Your calf has two parts. I'll try to flex the calf so you can see it. The gastrocnemius, which is the like round muscle in your calf, and then the soleus muscle, which is the kind of underneath muscle that runs more directly down into the back of your foot and through your ankle, right? So when you're doing a calf stretch, like a lot of people will just do one of these, right? And they'll stretch out that gastrocnemius, or do the like one of these guys, right? You stretch that out and you get that nice stretch in that gastroc. Oops. In order to relieve shin splints, you have to make sure that you're stretching that soleus muscle, which can be done by like repeating that same how do I word this? Repeating the same stretching motion, but then like bending your leg a little bit. So if you have like a slant board or something that you can put your toes up against when you're stretching, if you can lean against a slant board and then bend your knees a little bit, you'll feel a little more of the stretch underneath that gastrocnemius muscle, and that'll be stretching the soleus. So that will help immensely, because I think it's mostly tight soleus muscle that gets people as far as shin splints goes. Last bit. For sure, yeah. Right on, Ulbrich. Last bit is to just do tibialis raises. So if you're like, when you're getting shin splints, it is the tib anterior muscles that are getting stressed out, partially because of that calf tightness, but doing a little bit to, as you're stretching out the calf, strengthen that tib anterior by like sitting up against the wall and just like picking up your toes for 5 seconds and then putting them back down. Pick up the toes for 5 seconds, put them back down. And you want to feel that that strain, not strain, but you want to feel a little bit of discomfort in the front of your legs where that shin splint's be hitting. Yeah. So that's what I'd recommend is soleus and gastroc stretching, tib anterior raises, and checking them shoes. But if you just got new shoes, then probably going to be the other things. A-Roll TV, welcome in. I'm sorry that I didn't catch you right when you came in. Welcome. Wanted to kind of finish talking through that biz. Glad you found us from Dion. Man, every time I check in on Dion, that man is even better looking than he was before. I'm married. I'm happy. But I also haven't had Dion hit on me directly yet, so, take that as you will. We're going to do, we're going to do 40 pounds. 40-pound hammer curls. The thing about Dion is he also has the gift of gab. I feel like I can run my mouth a little bit. But, man, my guy could talk me in circles. Agreed. Well, welcome in, A-Roll. Thanks for joining us today. Y'all, if you have not caught it, we are doing a partner push right now. So all lurks, all chats, it's all appreciated, folks. Thank you for being here. If you're new, welcome. Been around for a minute. Thanks for helping us get to the next level. Ah! Ah. Okay, we're gonna do superset. Except this time, I'm not gonna make the mistake that I did before. I'm not gonna set these right here. Promised myself I would stop putting my adjustable dumbbells on soft surfaces and wondering why they're not sticking together correctly. Rear delt raises. Take out the glasses. Hip hinge. Excuse me. Sometimes I forget that my neighbor can probably hear me yelling. Like a womp from Super Mario 64. It did have big womp energy, didn't it? Ugh. Can I ask a fitness question? No. Yes. Anytime, Sushi. Go for it. Also, thank you for the follow. Anon. I appreciate you, A-Roll. the one time I say no. What is the proper form for a barbell Romanian deadlift? Ooh. So, I'll show you. We'll just show. This is when where telling becomes a little less impactful. And just for you, Sushi, I'm gonna pull out this whole damn barbell just to show you through it. I'm not gonna load up weights on it. So, Romanian deadlift. I have seen them and tried to recreate them. So the big thing for an RDL, I'm not even gonna say the big things. There's a lot of little things, right? So your goal with an RDL, start with any exercise. You're trying to figure out the form. Start with the goal. What is the goal for a Romanian deadlift? For a Romanian, oh, we got ads. That's okay. I'll wait. Oh, that emote is horrifying. That emote is terrifying. Terrence! What up? What's up, Terrence? How you doing, dude? Oh, man. It's so good to see you. Hi. Hi. You're back. Okay, Sushi, we'll talk about Romanian deadlifts now. So, with any exercise, start by thinking about what is the point of said exercise, right? If I'm worried about my form for Romanian deadlifts, how am I going to know if I'm doing it correctly? It will be that I am feeling it in the right muscles, yeah? So Romanian deadlifts are going to be a posterior chain exercise. They're going to be focused on the booty and the hamstrings. So if I am doing this exercise and I do not feel it in my booty or my hamstrings, and I feel it like a little bit of low back, I think is okay. But if I'm getting no engagement with those things, that's going to be like first sign that maybe something's wrong, right? So in order to engage those things, we want to keep that bar as close to our body as possible. So this is going to be a little goofy because normally it'd be slightly elevated off the ground. But if I start with this bar here and I'm standing nice and tall, I've got my feet like maybe shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit more inside. My feet are pointed forward, not like excessively outward. Like here, I'll do this. Woohoo, gotta be careful. My feet are pointed forward as much as I possibly can. Now, everyone's anatomy, fucking glasses. Everyone's anatomy is a little bit different, but as much as we can with an exercise like an RDL, we want to try to keep those feet parallel and try to keep the line between the feet like a straight line, so we're nice and squared up, so we're not like one foot in front of the other. So starting there, if I'm holding this, I'm going to try to focus on pushing my butt backward, not just dropping my arms, right? Here's the difference, yeah? You can see me here. If I drop my arms down, then the bar is going to end up, like I'll end up extended at my back. I'll have a rounded back. This will be hanging like pretty far away from my knees. If I focus on pushing my hips backward, and this is where it gets a little hard to do without weight, pushing the hips backward, keeping the legs nice and straight as I possibly can. Ooh. You're going to get to that point down at the bottom where it's nice and, again, nice and close to those shins. I could lock in my back a little bit better, but you'll feel a stretch in your glutey booty. So like it's almost like imagine that you're rolling the bar down your rolling the bar down your legs so that you're keeping it as close as possible. What makes deadlifts, any type of deadlift, more dangerous when people talk about hurting their back is when you get the tension or the torque coming out here. Like even though I can deadlift a lot of weight relative to, you know, gen pop, but if I start floating out here, no matter how much weight is on here, that does not feel good for me, right? So if I want to use all the big prime movers in my body, I want to keep that bar nice and close to my legs. So that's just a couple of things. And having a straight back, having a tight core, that stuff can just kind of come with time. Ooh, yes. There was one influencer I saw who's like, imagine you got a little flashlight stuck in your bunghole, and you want to point the flashlight at the wall behind you. I don't know if I agree with that cue, but kind of funny. Oh! Nope, don't put him there. Don't put him on the bench. I don't know why that was so hard for me to remember. Sushi, I have another thing for you that will help if you're willing. Got to get this superset done for time's sake. Woo. Yeah, flashlights and bums. It's the crave that's sweeping the fitness industry. Welcome back, Andy. How was your nap? Yeah. If your lower back hurts, you would probably benefit most from just focusing on keeping that bar close to your hips. Because that's gonna, so another like deadlift cue is to take like any I'm gonna use this pack of Gushers because that's what's sitting here. Take a dollar bill, take a credit card, whatever it is, and pinch it in between your armpit and your back, like underneath your arm. And when you are doing any sort of deadlift movement, to keep your core locked in, to keep good body positioning, you should be able to come all the way down with your bar and come back up and not drop this, right? Because there's a difference in back safety when you are just letting your arms float out here versus when you're packing it in and you're really keeping that tension in your upper back. So the next thing I'm going to direct you towards, Sushi, and I don't have a specific YouTube video because I watched a couple of them when I was really trying to work on this, is the hip hinge as a practice, as a movement. Let me see if I can get this thing off now. So if you have a broomstick, this thing is really dirty, so I hate using this for this purpose right now. But look up the difference between a hip hinge and a squat. Yes. Yeah, hip hinge, right? So what you eventually, and I'm not going to do this I'm not going to do this perfectly. I'm just going to own this right now. Is like you eventually want to get to a point, and using a broomstick to practice this can be really helpful, to where you can push your hips back without breaking contact with this broomstick, right? And that's that difference between like I'm bending over at the waist and I'm pushing my hips back. Gosh, my legs are not ready for this right now. But I think it's Alan Thrall. Might be Alan Thrall has a really good video on how to progress a hip hinge. And it starts off with a lot of the stuff that we've talked about here on the channel already, which is just doing little drills with a box. Box squats are really good. No, it's all right, Sushi. Thank you for asking. I think like that is one of the things that is, it's always a good subject to talk about because of the fact that so many people are afraid of deadlifting when it could be something that's very safe if you apply the right forces, if you apply the right if you apply the right form. Words are escaping me. I'm bonking. Horsies, welcome in. Yeah, that's great. Yep, work on your hip hinge. Work on differentiating a squat from a hip hinge. There's going to be a lot of overlap. And don't be afraid if you are feeling like you're doing a pretty good job of keeping that bar close to your body. Don't be afraid of adding like a little bit of weight, like 10 to 15 pounds of weight, especially if you've got bumpers that will help you. Because most people, if they're doing an RDL, they don't want to get much closer to the ground than you would get if you get a little bit of lift when you put on the goodness gracious, when you put the bumpers on. Some people have a lot of mobility and can get that really deep stretch. But you probably are just going to get worse form if you try to go any deeper than bumpers would allow, if that makes sense. Ah. Drop set. These are not going the way that I wanted them to today, but that's okay. Oh man, come on. Come on. I apologize that everyone has to hear me like, oh man, come on. Like on my toes. All right, I'll put these back, and then we'll do our last set of rear delt raises. Tiger, I didn't answer your question because I wasn't sure. Time is it now? Yeah, 40s, then 30s, then 20s. Did a little drop set to close out. Sometimes you've got to ride with the mob and do your job. That ain't it. Blew it up. My delt's gonna grow. Are they gonna actually grow? Phoenix! Welcome in, Phoenix. Need that librarian cord thing. Dude, I'm so close to getting one. I'm so close to getting the boat dad wraparound. Getting those little like nubbies to put on my glasses. If I keep my hair long enough, no one will see them. Just buy a pair of Oakleys. There we go. Where have you been my whole life? What are your current muscle goals? My current muscle goals are the things that OCB told me I needed to get better at. So I'm trying to build my upper chest is one thing. Oh, we're not chest pumping today. But my bifocals. Look, I'm not dogging on it. I'm just saying it's a change for me. Welcome in, Zach. Sorry, I gotta finish this thought. I was told that I need to develop my upper chest more. What OCB said you need more development in your upper chest, and that I need more development in my rear delts. I'm here now. Here, great. Said my rear delts need to be bigger. My lateral delts need to be bigger. They said everything else was fine. Acceptable, even. I think what they said was posing was acceptable. So, here we go. What does OCB know? We were talking about this in Destroyed stream this morning. What they know what they want. And I wasn't what they wanted. According to them, did not meet expectations. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I have to accept that I'm not the lifter they wanted me to be. You're on point. I mean, what I'm hoping next year, if I do compete, next year, I want to be better with my facial expressions. I want to look more relaxed on stage. But I do think that being more appropriately conditioned could help a lot with that. But my posing was better than it would have been. So much better than it would have been if I didn't have help from Diabolic. I got a shout for Dia. If I didn't have help from Diabolic and Akroshi. Sorry, Acro. Oh no. I forget what Acro's current handle is. Welcome in, Anna. From Bwolf56. My posing senseis. Acro, yes. Acrig. Thank you. Welcome in, friends. He does have the best laugh. He is the most infectious Quebecois I have ever encountered. And I don't know a lot of Quebecois. Am I allowed to say that? Do I need like a license to drop that term? Let's see, I did 4, and then I did 6. Quebecois. Oof. I think he's just taking some time to be not online, and I respect that. He's gonna do what he needs to do, and I appreciate him for it. Today needs to end. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm guessing this is work bringing you down. The man bringing you down. No, that's not it. See, I see. The thing is like when you try to like I can't do an impersonation of Beowulf without sounding like I'm just making fun of him. Why not? Let's rock it.
I think I'm more excited than you. I think I'm more excited than you.
That's the one. That's the one.
That is the one. All right, we're gonna do some ab work. We're not skipping abs. I don't know that I have time for posing today, and honestly, I'm going to have to like eat in the shower if I want to do everything that I need to get to today. This is a poor choice, but we got time for another like 10 minutes of abs, I think. Also, as a rule, I don't generally peek at the viewer count, but because of the fact that we're on a push, I did take a peek, and I'm blown away, everyone. Thank you so much for the support today. Whoa. Hello? Did I just throw? Find a dragon and punch it. Whew. Busy man. Shower food? Bro, have you ever, Jazzy, have you ever had a shower beer? Oh, I'm sorry, Anna. Hey, that's okay. Feel them feelings. I want you to feel them feelings. You are entitled to your anger. Especially if someone's being a Weenie Hut Jr. Ooh, shower White Claw is refreshing as hell. Just do all the sets of abs with no breaks. What are you doing? Thank you, Zach. Did we get a shot for Zach already? I'm pretty sure Tiger already did. Zacking Ball is also on a partner push. And I have a feeling every time I check in on my guy Zach, the number's going to be close. Just be stinky. But see, here's the thing. I'm going to the dentist, which is like just enough like extended human contact that I don't feel like it's appropriately like it's appropriate for me to just kind of throw on fresh clothes and go. We're gonna do some serratus twist ups, and then we'll do some leg lifts. Ah. Oh. 15 seconds. Got T-pose. T-pose for 15 seconds. Zach, I'm dreaming. I'm daydreaming about both of us showing up to the party with fresh check marks. And quite frankly, no matter how this plays out, I hope you get that shit. I got your back, buddy. If they ask for testimonials, I will tell them. He is not to be referred to as Ball, but Ball is life. He does do it. He do dunk. I don't know what that means. Rising tide and all that. Ugh. Anna, if you're still there, I'm making a latte. Do you want one? Ah. Oh. I need my little dumbbell. Where's my tiny little dumbbell? Oh, it's sitting right over here. I'm gonna try the serratus exercise today. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. I've been doing it for a long time. Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com, introduced me. You would love one. Ugh. How do you want it? Double shot? Ah. Hey guys, Joe Cavalier, AthleanX.com. Watching V-Shred is killing your gains. Oh, you're welcome. Double shot. we'll throw a little honey in there for you. How about a cafe miel? A little bit of honey and cinnamon. Never get tired of that shit. he just like, I think it is because he's like constantly at maintenance. Are you talking about V-Shred or are you talking about Jeff Cavalier? Hell yeah, Sushi. You absolutely may, Anna. It's waiting for you in the P.O. box. V-Shred told me they eat pizza instead of a salad. How come I can't wait? If you the wildest thing about V-Shred is like, if you just watch the videos and you listen for any actual content or information. Now, this is probably not true of all V-Shred videos, but it is true of many V-Shred videos where the man just talks in circles. He's just buff and he talks in circles. That Phoenix dude always looks like he just got bad news. Oh my god. I have not seen any posts from Jeff Cavalier on Instagram in so long. And then this morning, like straight up, I'm sitting on the John and hang on a second. So this was 4 days ago. And this is what I see. And I'm like, okay, Kurt Angle. Like, my guy. Why don't I just make content like that? Just like, just do it. Just do it. I was just wondering what V-Shred thought about Olympic table tennis. I mean, like, you know, that's and the thing is like Jeff Cavalier, he gets a pass because he has put out so much informative stuff over the years that has like been based in very good PT practice and good science, and like straight up the dude helped me address some of the issues I had with my shoulders at one point. Eventually it was actually going to PT that fixed those things, but so he gets a pass for being like, I'm just going to put out some quick and easy content. He deserves it. Ugh. Nippered pill. I will say, I lost, like, I have so much respect for Jeff Nippard. He is doing so much more than I will ever do in like providing information and supporting people in fitness. And when I saw him do the like go around the gym and give people $1,000 for, I can't even remember what it was for. He's like walking around with $1,000. I feel like that is just like one step into a very specific zone of influencer that's like somewhere between what I'm doing and Mr. Beast. Oh. Oh. Ooh, Paul gave me a shout out. I didn't even have to be there for it. Ow. I should use my hands. I just hurt my toe. Don't try to move dumbbells with your foot, everyone. Not a smart move. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. That one hit a little weird with me. But they can all be bangers. And again, any of this is couched in the fact that all of those people are very successful content creators. What do I got? This awesome community here. And I'm not lying to you. I guess that's one thing. Jeff Nipper doesn't lie. Oh, I'm really digging a hole now. Okay. Mm. Ah. Oh. I'm thankful for y'all. Yeah. That exchange will always feel a little iffy. Okay. I got 17 minutes to get food, get clean, get back to my desk for another meeting. Let's see if we can do it. Everyone, thank you so, so much for joining me today. No posing today, unfortunately. But again, thank you so stinking much for all of this support on this partner push. I'll be real. I was really afraid when I decided to do this that like it would just be asking too much of everyone. And the fact that folks have rated in, that they've showed up, and just like hung out. I'm blown away. Yeah, Ryan, great job getting a run in too. Damn. Okay. I am whew. Y'all want to see some rock climbing? Can we do that today? Let's bring the love over to rad climbing. If you're a Pokemon, you would be an Eevee. Everyone loves our sweet girl. See how this works. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Holy cow. Thank you so much for the support today, everyone. Wednesday, 11 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to be back in here. And again on Friday, if we hit that threshold before then, I'll let you know. I'll let you know in the Discord. Ooh. Get in on the Discord if you haven't done so already. Anna, congratulations. Yeah. Eddie, tell Steve to introduce himself. We're going to go raid rad climbing. If y'all would be so kind as to drop a little bit of a message in rad climbing. Again, we're going to be back on Wednesday. Thank you so much for your support. Everyone, be kind to yourself. I mean, hey, you know what? I say this all the time. I'm not clear about the fact. Mean it. Be kind to yourself, or else be kind to someone else. Do a little something that fills your tank this week. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.